Welcome back to That Dad Guy. It is July 11th, 2025. It's a beautiful Friday here, about 24-25 degrees right now, and the car show is in town. If you didn't get a chance to see the very first video, I put that out yesterday. I will be downtown filming today. I will be in the park tomorrow. I might even go to the parade and film again on tomorrow night. We'll see. But it's everything automotive, I think, this weekend here. So expect to see a few videos at least about cars over the next couple days. But today, it's all about mail and the mail that came in this week. So we've got a few items here. We've got some official Postcrossing, some direct swaps, always a couple surprises. There is the limerick and fun facts from Steve in Australia. I've got that as well. So if you're interested in that, make sure you like, you subscribe, you leave positive comments, you share with other people, and you put the notification bell on so you don't miss out on anything. And don't forget, tomorrow is also live stream Saturday, so at 12 o'clock Atlantic Standard Time. If you want to join the That Dad Guy crew and be a part of our just daily discussions of what's going on, make sure you set about an hour aside for that and join the rest of us. So thank you so much for that. Well, let's get right into the mail. We're going to start with official Postcrossing. And I want to start with one that I've gotten from a brand new country. I've never gotten from a postcrosser before, and it's Vietnam. So this postcard came in from Vietnam. It comes from Chow An, it looks like. And she says, I hope you're having a great week so far. She's currently in her finals, so she's trying to survive, get through her exams. So hopefully everything went well. She passed everything with flying colors and is going great. She wonders what summer is like here in Canada. I can speak for my little portion of Canada because Canada is such a large country. The weather and patterns change everywhere. Here in Eastern Canada, in Moncton, where we're about 20 minutes from the coast, it's generally pretty warm in the summer, between 25, 28 degrees all the way up to 38, 40 degrees with the humidity. Mostly dry summers. We will get some rain patches here and there, but pretty nice weather. And that starts in about June and goes through until about early to late October. Yep. Yes, in October the weather patterns is getting cooler, but still really nice. The leaves change color, and so as you get closer to fall, of course, the temperatures get a little cooler. That's summer here in Atlantic Canada. Well, thank you for this card. I'll show you the stamps. It's really nice. And it is number 12,537. So when you have a small number like that, you know there's not a lot of postcrossers sending postcards from Vietnam. So I appreciate that I finally got one. That's amazing. The next one is a hedgehog postcard, and it comes from Germany. It comes from Ute. And she says, when she was a young child, she collected postcards of animals in an album. And so she's found this random album now, and she's sending them out. So this postcard, she says, is probably about 50 years old. There are the stamp and the sticker on the back. So I love the fact that a postcard's intended use is actually getting used for what it's supposed to do. Yes, there's lots of people out there that collect postcards, and lots of them collect vintage postcards that have been previously mailed. So you may already have a stamp on it and a story. I think those are really cool to collect, to be able to have those stories and things. People often ask me whether or not I take the stamps off my postcard because I'm a stamp collector too. I don't. I keep them all intact so far. I say so far because I don't know what the future will hold, because my collection of mail is growing and growing, and this office is getting smaller and smaller, whether it's with the stamps or the postcards that I have around. There's always something going on. Or maybe it's the stickers or the washi tape or all the decorating things. There's always things to collect. So thank you, Ute, for that. The next card is a map of Hungary, but it comes via England. And this comes from Judith. And she says she is sending this. She's originally from Hungary, but for the last year has been living in England. So welcome to her new home. She also says, say hello to my followers on YouTube from her. So thank you, Judith, for the card and for saying hello to everybody out there too. Hopefully she gets a chance to see this and enjoys it just as well. So I really like seeing the map card, and she says that her hometown is listed on there. She didn't say which it was, so I'm not sure where in Hungary she's originally from, but now she's settled with her husband in the UK, so hopefully it is going well. My next and last official card from Postcrossing that I received this week Is This Cute Postman, or Post Boy in the case. A nice piece of art there from Jenny Nystrom. And this postcard comes from Lieslott, and she says that she lives in a town that's known for their ice sports and Rostrand porcelain factory. Her grandson, who's about 4.5 years old, loves Lego and can put Lego sets together, even if the instructions were someone a little bit older. That's great. Hopefully she spends some time with her grandson, maybe putting some of those Lego sets together. It's a great way to spend time. And here are the stamps from Sweden, where this card originated from. I don't think I said that at the beginning, so thank you so much. All right, let's get into some direct swaps and just some surprise cards that came through. This one comes from this one comes from Christian, excuse me, in Australia. It's an interesting one because it's from Aspen Airways. I don't think Aspen Airways exists anymore. This was about 1976. It talks about the plane, which actually was created in 1953 and had a whole bunch of purposes before it ended up with Aspen Air in 1976. And she said he recently got this at a thrift store. I thought I might like to see it. Yeah, I like the history and stuff. There's the stamps on the back. So thank you, Christian, for that. Christian did send another thing. It was this. Now, he sent it as this originally, but along the way, the envelope, you can see it got torn. And so Canada Post puts it in a little envelope like this, saying, sorry from the corporation that something happened along the way and your mail got damaged. So there are some postage stamps in it. I will show you those on another occasion. I'm not sure if all the postage stamps that he sent are still in that envelope or only a few of them, but I'll show you what I did get. So thank you, Christian, for that. The next card I got comes from Maine, and this comes from Charmaine in Maine. And she thanked me for the postcard I sent her, and now she's sending one back, and she said she'd love to go see puffins one day. When I see puffins, I know there are puffins that are in Nova Scotia, which isn't too far, but I think of Newfoundland for puffins, and my cousin Martin and family who are over living there in St. John's. And so we got a keychain at one point in time from Martin that had a puffin on it. And as you do with keychains, I use it as a Christmas ornament. So every Christmas, maybe to the dismay of my wife, I take this keychain out and I put it on our birch tree as a reminder of Martin and family. And that's just a funny way of doing things. I bought a few other keychains, or acquired a couple other keychains along the way, and I've added those to the Christmas tree too. So we're having more and more keychains show up there. Charmaine did a great job decorating the card too. So when I got this card from Maine and the Puffins, I think of Newfoundland, which is the furthest east province here in Canada. The next card I got arrived today, and this comes from Julianne in Germany. And she was on a trip and a visit here a couple months ago. This is Caroline, and Caroline is the name of the statue, holding the ship and protecting people from danger. And there's a whole story about the term that goes along with it, but it's also it's for joys of life and cosmopolitanism in this place. So just a beautiful little community. And on the back, I love the conjoined stamp. So you get the full image, because both stamps are together. You get the full image of nature on there. So thank you, Julianne, for sending that. The next card comes from Monty, or Lamont in Violet in Saskatchewan. And he was just saying Happy Canada Day, because here on the front, or on the back, we've got maple leaf vintage stamps. We have a big Canadian flag, and Ottawa, Ontario, in case you didn't know, is the capital of Canada. There are the Parliament buildings right down there. So thank you, Lamont, for that. The next thing I got comes from Eric in Hong Kong, and it is a letter. So I won't read the letter, but thank you for that. And he did send another envelope too. We got two this week. And in that, there's a letter, but also a brochure. Let me just open it up, for the Hong Kong Railway Museum. So if you're into trains or you're into public transportation, you open it all the way. There we go. You can see in detail a bunch of the things about Hong Kong's railway system and all the different modes of transportation, railway related, on there. So that's pretty cool. I often get things from Eric showing all sorts of different buses or ferries or things that he's taken because the transportation system within Hong Kong is amazing. They have so many different options to use, and it's pretty modern too. Okay, the next card is a 1000 Shen card. This one comes from Sarah in Germany, and at the time that she created this card, she was getting ready to go to a dinosaur museum, but she's beautifully decorated it. Nice stickers there all over, and nice stamps too, including Sesame Street. So thank you, Sarah, for that and how it was decorated, and hopefully you did have a great time at the dinosaur museum. The next card comes from Zach in Illinois in the US, and here we have a hedgehog delivering the mail in a USPS uniform, and he says Happy Canada Day. So Canada Day was July 1st, so happy Independence Day to you guys for July 4th. And thank you for that. The next card is a big long card of the Baseball Hall of Fame in New York State. This comes from Renee Lewis of Renee Lewis on YouTube, of Renee Lewis of the Unicorn Gang. And she says many years ago, she traveled to the Baseball Hall of Fame, National Baseball Hall of Fame in New York, and has had this card in her collection, and now she's setting it free to have its true purpose by going out into the world. So I love the fact that she's doing that. She used to be big into baseball, she said. Tony Gwynn of the Padres was one of her favorites, and also Reggie Jackson of the New York Yankees. How could you not love Reggie Jackson? Look at all the unicorns too on the back. Really nice. So thank you, Renee. And if you haven't watched Renee's channel, go check it out. It's worth a watch. The last card I got, and I saved it for last because to me it's super cool. Have you watched One Piece? It's a cartoon series. It's anime. On Netflix, they've had season 1, which is using real people and to put them into this universe. Very cool. The new set is coming out, or the new season will be coming out, I believe, in the fall. And Lego sets are coming out for One Piece starting in August, I believe, too. But this card comes from France, and France put out One Piece stamps. So this is the wanted poster for Monkey D. Luffy, and this is the art card that someone has created. Or recreated the stamp, the picture, the image of Monkey D. Luffy here, and it is done by Maxime Rouget. So fabulous. And on the other side, this comes from Ambre in France. We have another one of the One Piece stamps. There's Monkey D. Luffy again, a little bit easier to see than him laughing on the other side, and one of the characters that will be showing up in the new live action this season too. I love this. This is amazing. This makes me very happy to see this. One, because the show is exciting and fun to watch. Me and my wife, we both love watching it. And we're both excited about the new things coming out. Excited about the Lego. I don't know if I'm going to invest in the Lego. I do have lots of it, and I'm trying to cut back. But every once in a while, we see something. It's like, yeah, I want to have that too. And it maybe even doesn't even get built. It's in a box somewhere. We've got a whole bunch of F1 cars that are in boxes still. And we bought something the other day, or I bought something the other day, let's be truthful. I bought the Chinese calendar set. It was marked down at the store we were in. So my wife noticed it, looked at it, and I said, well, we should buy it then, shouldn't we? Because it's marked down. And we did. So, yeah, this is amazing. Love this card, love the stamps. I have looked into it just to see how many stamps were put out, and they put out a lot. Hopefully I'll keep getting cards from you, and maybe keep getting the different stamps that were in the set. So thank you for that. All right, that brings us to the end of the mail, but not to the end of the video, because Steve from Australia every week emails me a limerick with some fun facts. Oh, I must make note. Mindy from Nova Scotia, she sent in a dad joke last week, and she wanted it to be kind of a every Friday thing. So she put a card in the mail from Halifax, which is only 2.5 hours down the road, and it never got here in the week's time. So I'm not sure what happened to it. She was a bit disappointed that I didn't get it either, but maybe next week we will have another joke from Mindy. But for now, let's get back to what we do have, and that is a limerick from Steve in Australia, and it goes like this. All hail mighty Canadian postcard king. He always starts his emails that way. Gracious Majesty, the soothsayers and foretellers have examined the planetary alignments only to discover that yet again another week has passed, and it is once more time for Friday fun and frolics. I therefore submit the following for your perusal, and should you find it sufficiently illuminating, enchanting, or amusing, perhaps you would wish to share it with your most noble and esteemed viewers. Well, guess what? I don't pre-read these ahead of time, so I'm hoping that I can, because I'm going to share it regardless. I begin with a simple rhyme about a highly contentious, legendary figure. Some perceive him as a cute little mouse, others a dirty rat. I shall leave it to you and the viewers to decide which it is the correct appellation. So, historical legendary limerick number 27, Mickey Mouse. Oh, we just had a Disney giveaway of stamps, and I know Christopher in the UK who won them sent me a message today saying he's received them. So that's a side note, Disney. So when reading the limerick, please note that, it's in parentheses. I won't read this out. I will just follow the instructions. It says, Mickey Mouse has a highly squeaky voice, which he claims was not his first choice, but those tight pants he'd wear to look debonair and make Minnie Mouse to swoon and rejoice. Maybe that's why he only wears pants. I don't know. He's got suspenders too. Pretty sharp looking. All right, so of course, a few fun facts about Mickey Mouse, aka Mickey the Rat, which could be too. Number 1, Mickey Mouse first appeared in the animated short film Steamboat Willie on the 18th of November 1928. That date is now recognized worldwide as Mickey Mouse Day. Other notable occurrences on that day include the publication of Mark Twain's The Celebrated Jumping Frog of Calaveras County in 1865. The first push-button telephones were introduced in the U.S. in 1963. The Calvin and Hobbes comic strip was first published in 1985. I love Calvin and Hobbes. And the current flag of Uzbekistan was also adopted in 1991. Number 2, a number of people who have voiced Mickey Mouse, the first being Walt Disney himself from 1928 to 1947. He was followed by artist Jimmy McDonald, not the famous farmer, from 1947 to 1977, then Wayne Allwine from 77 to 2009, and since then the voice has been done by Brett Ewan. It's unclear how many of them have had to wear tight pants in order to be successful in the role. Number 3, like Godzilla, Mickey Mouse has a star on the Hollywood Boulevard's Walk of Fame in Los Angeles. His was the 1700 star, and he was the first animated personality to get a star, which was placed on Monday the 13th of November 1978. Unlike Godzilla, Mickey also has an Oscar, which was awarded 46 years earlier in 1932 in recognition of his contribution to cinema and his impact on popular culture. Not bad for having only been on the silver screen for 4 years. That is pretty quick. That said, all that's left for me to do is to wish you and the viewers a wonderful weekend. Very best wishes to all. Steve from Australia. So once again, you didn't disappoint. Some fun facts there, a nice little limerick as well about Mickey Mouse. This month's giveaway, because I talked about Disney's giveaway for Stamp of the Month. Last month was Disney. This one is Wildings. So perhaps there's a limerick coming about Dorothy Wilding in the future. And if you're unsure still what I'm talking about, go check out Stamp of the Month. Get a chance to enter the keyword that I've asked you to and win a bunch of Wilding stamps. Well, here we are. We're at the end. I got some cars to go check out, so I'm gonna say goodbye. And you guys can watch this video, and then maybe you'll get a chance to watch the car video a little later. So have a magical week. Follow, you say, like, subscribe, share, and tell all your friends.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?
All right, so today's lunch, we're at Wacky Wonderful Waffles in Hillsborough. And
Can you say that 3 times quickly?
Wacky Wonderful Waffles, Wacky Wonderful Waffles, Wacky Wonderful Waffles. It all depends on where you start. All right, so I had a Club Z sandwich, I guess, which was chicken with bacon and Caesar salads in there as well, I guess. And you had?
I had a breakfast waffle sandwich, which was a waffle split open and eggs and lettuce and bacon and some sort of sauce all put into it.
What did you think?
It was okay.
It was different. It was a mix of savory.
It smells wonderful.
And
the
sweet.
Waffles smell wonderful. The place smells absolutely
They're
divine.
very messy, so you do have to take note and don't take them apart. Just eat them in the wrappers as they come.
It was an experience. It was an interesting experience.
There are a lot of things on the menu. It would be good to come back and try some of the dessert side that go with it too. But yeah,
Look at
it's
that.
good. And there goes the happy van. You see? I don't know if you
But
see
it was good. It was a great experience.
Well, thanks for joining me.
Anytime.
Thanks for paying.
Exactly. Well, maybe
Bye.
not anytime.